In 1968, George A. Romero made Night of the Living Dead.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It was a low-budget and rather poorly acted zombie movie, but it turned out to be one of the most influential films of all time. It was about an epidemic of zombies spreading throughout the US due to some kind of radiation effect, and we focus on a woman named Barbara and a man named Ben as they attempt to fight off the zombies in a little warehouse. It can now be considered a classic film, which I personally find surprisingly devoid of the many zombie cliches I was expecting, which I guess is all to the good. 10 years later, Romero made a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. This time it was Dawn of the Dead. Romero had a slightly bigger budget to work with, so there were more zombies and the whole thing was shot in gory colour. I also consider it to be slightly more tongue-in-cheek than Night, but it was still great fun. For the most part, it revolves around the adventures of a SWAT team as they are sent to rid the town mall of zombies. So naturally, the whole movie takes place in the mall. They're all pretty calm and cool with the exception of Roger, who is straight up badass and completely crazy.
We got this, man. We got this by the ass.
God, he's awesome. Most of the film is just the team fighting off the zombies, but towards the end a lot of things begin to happen. A gang of motorcycle criminals break in for some reason, I guess to rob them all, but they are battled by the zombies and the SWAT team, and soon it becomes a war between the three. We get a great pie scene and more blood than any horror fan could ask for. As well as being a smart social satire, Dawn of the Dead serves as both an immensely fun horror movie and a deep one. It's just great fun to see these guys have a mall all to themselves. In fact, there's just one or two scenes where it's just them enjoying themselves and goofing about. I'm sure anyone would love to play around with their own mall. But it is also immensely deep, especially towards the end. To be honest, I think of Dawn of the Dead as more than just a horror film. You feel very emotional for these guys and you root for them the whole time. Tom Savini, who also appears in the film as possibly the most badass of the motorcyclists, did most of the effects work. His name is now a landmark in horror history for both acting and effects, and it's not hard to see why. It's that brightly coloured gore. It's been rumoured that he was often asked to make up effects on the spot during shooting. And let's not forget that gonk song put at the end of the film. It fits perfectly because of its irony. Come on, you got hordes of cannibalistic zombies eating innocent people's flesh and ripping them to shreds, causing blood to spurt everywhere. Then you have this pleasant little melody playing right at the end. Genius. Pure genius. There's not really much more to say about the movie. It's just great fun with great effects that I hope will go down in horror history as a classic. Whatever reasons you love it, it can't be denied that it's a well-made film.